Magical Senpai is dumb fun. There, I said it. The series is not going to set your mind ablaze with awesome visuals like Demon Slayer, nor is it going to make you take a deep look at societal issues and the complex nature of morality like Attack on Titan. And unlike other comedy series out there like Fooly Cooly, you're not going to watch the series and then try to break down why the comedy works in every episode. With Magical Senpai, you watch it, laugh, think, wow, that was funny, and a pleasant waste of my time, and then move on with your life. So with that limited viewer attention span in mind, what is Magical Senpai actually about? A rough synopsis is that Assistant-kun has just started high school, where, for some arbitrary reason, it is mandatory to join an after-school club. So while he is looking for society to join, he sees a sign for a magic club, and after entering, bumps into Sempai, who is its only member. She has stage fright, and a knack of trying and failing ambitious magic tricks, leading to comedic moments. That is basically the anime. Assistant-kun playing the straight man, doing all the magic tricks correctly, while the senpai attempts and fails them spectacularly, usually resulting in something ecchi occurring. So that synopsis sounds like a worse version of Konosuba, with a smaller plot and less poignant characters, and given how Konosuba relies on the variety of different character dynamics and personalities for the bulk of its entertainment, why does Magical Senpai work? Well, to start with, it is short, with the episodes only being 12 minutes long, which then shortened down to 10 minutes of actual unique animation once the intro and outro are removed. This means that the comedy has to be fast paced, and this is further encouraged by the anime being split into 4 or 5 segments, forcing the comedy skits themselves to be between 2 and 2.5 minutes long. What this length means is that the jokes themselves have to be executed quickly, with very little setup time, meaning that unlike Love is War, they cannot waste time setting up a big punchline, and instead have to focus on swift, snappy jokes. This has the advantage of making the next segment occur rapidly, so if a joke doesn't land that well for you, it is immediately brushed aside in favour of other jokes that will. The jokes themselves are similar, as they all involve ecchi or adult situations in one way or another. However, ecchi on its own cannot make a series good. Just look at World's End Harem as an example, but when it is incorporated into the story in an organic way, it does help rather than hinder the series. The way Magical Senpai uses it is by removing the sexual motivations behind the etchiness, and instead making the ecchi appearance the main punchline for Senpai failing her magic, combined with Assistant-kun's own awkwardness when dealing with it. Which means that rather than having an erotic scene, you end up with a scene where you laugh at how bad Senpai has failed and how awkwardly Assistant-kun attempts to fix it, which does undermine the complexity of the characters themselves. Although when you examine them, you find that the characters themselves in this series are all one-note memes. There is no complexity to any of their actions, they just do what they are introduced to do. We all remember the whole Senpai of the Pool meme that originated from this anime in regards to the main cast. The ironic part of it is that Senpai is about as clever as the cat from 86, and probably one of the last people you'd want giving you wisdom. Amongst the side characters, my favourite are Saki-san and ma-kun, as they are the classic inversion of the whole ugly bastard and hot sister dynamic. In this case, it is the attractive older sister who is obsessed with her overweight younger brother, who is just not into it and finds it an annoying distraction. They are introduced midway through the series and provide a nice change of pace from the purely assistant and a senpai episodes that were going stale, as their arrival definitely added some much needed character variety that had been missing up to that point, which amplifies rather than quietens the comedic aspect of this series, as they perfectly fit into the series without any awkwardness. Nonetheless, most of what I've had to say depends if you enjoyed the comedy to begin with, as Magical Senpai is just one of those shows which makes you laugh if you enjoy the comedy, without any of the overarching plots and long-winded setups that other series has. You sit down, you watch the bottom denominator comedy, you laugh for a bit, then you move on. For short-length anime, there's no higher praise than something you can just switch off your brain and enjoy for 10 minutes without having to be concerned about a serious plot or overarching love story. It is dumb fun. Not for everybody, but certainly nothing to dismiss.